One of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Europe. Every single golden figure you see here is actually based on real archaeological treasures. Been on this site since at least the early 19th century. Yeah, if you drink too much of this, you'll be cha-cha-choi. Was recognized by UNESCO as a city of literature. So there really is something for everyone here. That is, if you're patient to look through all of them. She represents a very Georgian idea of love. This is the last thing I was expecting to find. Wow. Love the presentation. You always eat with your eyes first, you know. A masterpiece of medieval Georgian architecture. More than 6 decades later, it's still carrying passengers. The views were nice, but the experience itself, I don't know. Hello everyone, so after exploring the mountains of Kazbegi, we are continuing our journey here in the western part of the country. A marshrutka back to Tbilisi and a 4-hour train journey brought us to Kutaisi, Georgia's cultural capital and one of its oldest cities. So you might have noticed it is super windy today. I don't know what's going on. There was even a power outage this morning. In fact, we've already been here for a couple of days, and I have to tell you that even though this is Georgia's 3rd largest city, it feels a lot quieter, a much slower pace, and a lot more intimate compared to Tbilisi. And it's one of those cities where you don't necessarily come to see monuments. You sit at a cafe, wander through local markets, watch the locals go by their day, and kind of slowly discover its character. So we've just come across this beautiful daisy mural wall. And the daisies were not actually chosen randomly at all. It is a big part of the city's identity. And in fact, Kutaisi does have a unique tradition that many people don't know about. So every year on the 2nd of May, the city holds a daisy festival, which also happens to be the Kutaisi City Day. It basically all started a century ago when local high school students would sell daisies to raise money for people suffering from tuberculosis. Very pretty. And then just a few steps further away on the next street, we come across this massive statue. And this happens to be a statue of one of Georgia's greatest poets, Galaktion Tabidze. He was born in 1891 in a village near Kutaisi, and he became one of the most influential figures in Georgian literature. His poetry was known for its emotional depth, symbolism, and beautiful language, earning him the title of the King of Georgian Poets. Galaktion's connection to Kutaisi is especially meaningful because the city has long been a center of education, culture, and artistic life. So we're getting a nice view of the Rivoni River from this point, from this little bridge. There are multiple bridges here in the city, and this is obviously the main river that runs through it.
I really like this city. It's more quiet here. It's feel more authentic.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like life here is a lot simpler overall.
Yes, it's more simple life.
So we made it to the center of Kutaisi. We have stunning architecture all around us, but perhaps what stands out the most is this beautiful fountain right ahead. This is the Colchis fountain, one of Kutaisi's most iconic landmarks. So we came to take a closer look, and while it may look like a decorative fountain, in reality, every single golden figure you see here is actually based on real archaeological treasures discovered in western Georgia, many dating back more than 2,500 years. They were created by the ancient Kingdom of Colchis, a civilization renowned for its exceptional gold craftsmanship. Now, Kutaisi itself is believed to be one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Europe, with a history stretching back around 3,500 years. And according to Greek mythology, this was the capital of Colchis, where Jason and the Argonauts came in search of the legendary Golden Fleece. Over the centuries, Kutaisi became the capital of the unified Kingdom of Georgia and later the Kingdom of Imereti, making it one of the country's most historically important cities. During the Soviet era, it grew into a major industrial center and its population peaked at more than 230,000 people. But after the collapse of the Soviet Union, many factories closed and many residents moved away in search of new opportunities. Today, around 160,000 people call Kutaisi home, and while it's Georgia's third largest city, it's really its incredible history and cultural heritage that make it so special. So we've now made our way to the Green Bazaar, the main market here in Kutaisi. But just before we go in, I really wanted to take a moment to show you this impressive artwork on the side of the building. This is the Colchetti panel, a monumental Soviet-era bas-relief. And just have a look at the amount of detail. The artwork brings together different layers of Colchis story with references to ancient mythology, including the legendary journey of Jason and the Argonauts that I talked about earlier, as well as symbols representing the people, traditions, and prosperity of Western Georgia. So it's a very big market and it's been on this site since at least the early 19th century, and you can find lots of colorful fruit stalls, all sorts of spices. I've seen lots of wine, churchella everywhere. So it's very, very vibrant. And in fact, we have been buying fruit from here for the last couple of days, and I can tell you the fruit here is super, super fresh. It is one of my favorite seasons. It's so, so abundant. And yeah, the fruit here in Georgia is absolutely delicious. So we found this stall selling churchella and something else. This is klapi, a fruit leather. And it's
So big.
it is huge. I want to open it up for you to see how big it actually is. You can see how massive it is, but it's made of a very thin layer of dried fruit puree, and it's typically made from plums. You can find it with cherry, with apple, but I believe plum is the most popular one. So yeah, let's give it a try. We have shown it to you in our Kakeri blog, I believe, but we didn't buy it, we didn't try it back then. Sour. So we got the cherry one. And yeah, I was expecting it to be sweet, but no, it's actually quite sour. I like it. It's really good. It's a delicious snack and it's also very healthy. What do you say, Mihai? Should we buy some more?
It's sour, but I like it.
How much was it, by the way?
5.
Five. 5 lari for
But
one.
it's huge.
It's massive, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to open it up, but Mihai decided to. It doesn't look very good now that we've eaten from it. Now, something else we find here is this very colorful looking drink. This is cha-cha. It's made from leftover grape skins, seeds, different stems after winemaking. But from what I can see here, you can also find it made out of pomegranate, peaches, I can see some raspberries, all sorts of fruits. So it's not just grapes that you can make it from. And it's just to give you an idea how strong it is. It's usually around 40 to 60% alcohol. So it's really, really strong. So Mihai decided to try a bit of cha-cha. Miedove, so honey cha-cha.
Honey cha-cha,
Okay, so you can make it from honey as well. Is it really that strong?
Strong and vodka.
Stronger than vodka. Oh my goodness. I don't know.
It's very strong.
Should I
You
try
want to
it?
try? Yes.
Oh, okay. It literally smells just like pure alcohol. I don't smell any honey. Okay, here it goes. Yes, it's strong. Yeah, if you drink too much of this, you'll be cha-cha-choo.
Now you understand what does it?
Yeah, now I
happen, eh?
understand. I understand. Having said that, I can feel a subtle flavor of honey. So, yeah, very interesting. And like I said, they have lots of flavors, but yeah, very, very strong. This is probably the strongest drink I've ever tried because I normally don't drink any alcohol. So, yeah, this is a bit too much for me. We can also find these huge wheels and blocks of Emiratian cheese. It's very, very popular. I mean, cheese is quite big here in Georgia. You'll see it absolutely everywhere. So we ended up buying two more, but this time one is pomegranate flavored and one is plum flavored. Ah, сладкий. Ah, спасибо большое. So the lady over here just served us with some wine, sweet wine. Очень вкусный. It's very sweet, but you know, it's gentle. It's a gentle wine. So Mihai's trying the dry one now.
Dry one. Yeah.
The Sapiravi one, yeah. The other one was also Sapiravi, by the way.
I like this one.
You like this one more?
Yes. Another one is too sweet for me,
Yeah.
but this one I like.
Yeah.
The food, I think this is the best.
Yeah, I like this one more too. I've really grown to love this wine, the Sapiravi wine here in Georgia. I mean, the others are also nice, but I don't know, I've just developed this love specifically for this wine. It's really nice. And yeah, by the way, this is homemade wine. The lady over here, you know, she makes it at home and she's selling it over here. And yeah, it's really good. Now, right next to the Green Bazaar, we can also find a little book bazaar. And these stalls are filled with all sorts of old books, secondhand editions that have passed through different hands, different generations. And I have heard that if you like it, sometimes you can even find some books in English. And it's very fitting because Kutaisi itself is known as Georgia's literary city. In fact, in 2023, it was recognized by UNESCO as a city of literature. This title reflects Kutaisi's long cultural tradition, from the writers and poets who shaped Georgian literature to its historic educational institutions and its strong book culture. So it turns out they have lots of books over here in English, not just a few. I was able to find quite a lot of them, and they even have some in French, they have some in German as well. So there really is something for everyone here. That is, if you're patient to look through all of them. So as you explore Kutaisi, you quickly realize that the city tells lots of its stories, not just through its historic buildings, but also through its walls. In recent years, street art has brought a new artistic layer to Kutaisi, transforming ordinary streets into open-air galleries. Now, this one here that you see is probably one of the most beloved murals in the city. It's called With Love. It was created by a Ukrainian artist, Sasha Korban, and depicts an elderly Georgian woman named Dali Dogonadze, who was 81 years old at the time the mural was painted. So she's a real person, she's not a fictional character. Dali was known locally for preparing traditional Georgian food, especially dishes like kachapuri, and for the warmth and hospitality she shared with others. So you can see in the image, she's making a traditional imeruli kachapuri. The artist chose her very specifically as the subject because she represents a very Georgian idea of love, not just romantic love, but the everyday love shown through caring for family, welcoming guests, and keeping traditions alive. So we've just decided to get lost through the old streets. I think this is one of the best ways you can experience Kutaisi, and it reveals a more intimate side of the city. We have lots of these beautiful balconies, aging facades, hidden courtyards, and homes that have essentially witnessed generations of everyday life. And look what we found over here. This is the last thing I was expecting to find. Wow. So it's a kiwi tree right here on the street, and it's the very first time I'm seeing a kiwi tree. Uh, I had no idea they grow here in Georgia, to be honest. And this tree sits right beside a fig tree. So I've seen lots of fig trees, but yeah, a kiwi tree, that's a first.
Still not ready for us.
Yes, none of them are ripe though. We can't try the figs, we can't try the kiwi fruit yet. But yeah, I'm just amazed. I mean, what were the chances? And the tree is quite abundant, by the way. There's lots of them. Wow. So we decided to take a little lunch break. It is so hot outside, and given that we are in the city of literature, we thought we'd visit a restaurant that reflects that side of Kutaisi's identity. This is Gala restaurant, and it's not just a great place to try traditional Georgian food. The whole concept is tied to the poet Galaktion Tabidze. So the one that I talked about earlier this morning. So inside you can find all sorts of details inspired by his life, his work, references to his poetry, but also lots of artistic elements celebrating his contribution to Georgian literature. So our appetizers have already arrived. We ordered the stuffed eggplants, so the ones with the walnut paste that we had in our previous video. We liked them so much that we wanted to order them once again. And they have also brought out some pomegranate juice for us. So we're just waiting for our maize to arrive. Are they as good as the last ones we tried in Kazbeki?
We don't need to ask. Here in Georgia, all the food it's perfect.
Yeah, I don't even need to ask. So yes, they look very similar, except this time they're sprinkled with pomegranate seeds. So last time we had them with red currant, but this is the traditional version with the pomegranate.
I think I like another one.
Oh, you like the other one more?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is lobio, another traditional Georgian dish, and the name literally means beans. So it's basically made by slow cooking some red kidney beans in this clay dish with onion, with garlic, with herbs, and lots of aromatic spices. And of course, what makes it special is, you know, the entire presentation. You can see the clay dish, and it's typically served with some cornbread and some pickles on the side. Love the presentation. You always eat with your eyes first, you know, so smells good too. Yeah, like Mihai said, at this point, I'm not even sure I even need to comment on Georgian food anymore. It is that good. The beans are super creamy, and I love the flavor from the herbs. It's really good. Try with bread. So hot. It's burning my hands.
I could eat every day.
Yes, I know you would. I'll tell you a secret. Mihai loves beans. He generally could eat it every day if he could.
Morning, evening, every day, any day.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just give him beans. Right, so those meals ended up costing us around 65 lari, but we've now come to one of Kutaisi's most important landmarks and also a symbol of Georgia's medieval golden age. This is Bagrati Cathedral. And the very first thing that I'm noticing is that they have a wedding over here. So the bride and groom are just over there taking some pictures. But as you can see, the cathedral is absolutely massive. It was built in the early 11th century by King Bagrat III, the ruler who united the country and made Kutaisi the first capital of the unified Kingdom of Georgia. At the time, this hill became the political and religious heart of the kingdom, with the cathedral standing alongside the royal palace of the Georgian kings. But its history was not always peaceful. Over the centuries, Kutaisi endured repeated invasions, and in the 17th century, the cathedral was heavily damaged, remaining in ruins for hundreds of years. Bagrati was considered a masterpiece of medieval Georgian architecture, admired for its elegant design, for the impressive dome, and the intricate carvings that showcase the craftsmanship of that period. And today, after extensive restoration, Bagrati Cathedral once again dominates the city's skyline. Also get a really nice view of the city from up here. You can see all the red rooftops, the church domes, lots of green hills in every direction. It's beautiful. So right next to the cathedral, there are the ruins of the royal palace of the kings of Imereti. And although only fragments remain today, as you can see, this was actually once the residence of the rulers of Western Georgia after the Kingdom of Georgia split into separate kingdoms in the 15th century. Now, of course, inside the atmosphere changes completely. It's quite bright, it's open, remarkably understated. You don't really have that lavish decoration. The focus is on the cathedral's arches, the thick stone walls, the natural light pouring in through the tall windows. And of course, much of what we see today is actually the result of a major restoration completed in 2012, I believe. But yes, it's quite minimalist, but I think its simplicity is what draws your attention to the architecture itself. So we've now made our way to another recognizable landmark here in Kutaisi. This is the White Bridge, and it was only about a 10 to 15-minute walk from the Bagrati Cathedral, so it's relatively close. It's something that we really like about this city. Everything is within walking distance, and yeah, it's quite easy to get around. You don't need a taxi or anything. But here we are. We come across a very agitated Rioni River. Of course, it's been very windy today. And then that other bridge that you see, that was the bridge that we were standing on this morning. So the bridge was originally built in 1850 during the Russian Empire and quickly became an important crossing for the growing city. And although it has been restored over the years, it has kept its elegant appearance with its distinctive white painted metal structure, giving the bridge its name. And of course, one of its most famous features is this statue over here of a young boy. You can see it's quite popular. Everyone's lining up to take a picture over here. But you can see it's of a boy standing at the edge of the bridge, ready to jump into the river. And it was actually inspired by a well-known scene from the Georgian film My Grandmother. And that is why the statue has become a symbol of Kutaisi, and it kind of captures the playful spirit of the city. So we decided to end the night with a ride on one of Kutaisi's vintage cable cars. Although I'm a bit worried because I haven't seen them operating today. Might be because of the wind, I'm not entirely sure. So let's see if they're actually open or not. Closed. Oh no. I was really looking forward to that. It's one of those must-do experiences when you come to Kutaisi. What a shame. Okay, so maybe try again tomorrow. We have one more day here. Yeah, I'm so disappointed. I thought it would be so nice to watch the sunset from that hill. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because of the wind. It was extremely windy today. And I think that's the main reason, because otherwise it says here that it works between 12 to 10 p.m. So we'll try our luck tomorrow. So even though they're not working today, we can at least show you what they look like. They've got this bright yellow one over here with some daisies, very classic Kutaisi style. So it is a very historic cable car. It first opened in 1961 and it was built to connect the city center with the Kabashvili Park on the hill above us. So it's just that hill over there. It's only a little one, nothing spectacular, nothing massive. But yes, more than 6 decades later, it's still carrying passengers almost every day, every day except today. So it is the next day. We came back to try our luck once again. But this time we didn't come at sunset because there's heavy rain coming. So we're just waiting for it to open. It's almost 12 p.m. That's when it opens. Okay, so it was 5 lari per person one way. It does seem, however, that they wait for the cable car to fill up completely before it leaves. And it got so crowded that there was literally this much space between all of us. So that's one thing we didn't quite like. The views were nice, but the experience itself, I don't know. Now the park itself is very nice and green. They have a large Ferris wheel over here, although it does seem very, very old. They have a mini Eiffel Tower and a merry-go-round, so all sorts of activities for families and children. What did you think of the experience behind?
Okay, too many people.
Yeah, maybe we're more lucky on the way down.
But it's fun.
Yeah, it was a bit of fun. We also found this very old looking piano covered in leaves. Is it working still? Yes. Okay, so we got a bit luckier this time coming down. There were a lot less people, so we actually got to enjoy it this time.
Only 4 people this time.
Yes, and yeah, something that I think you need to experience if you come here in Kutaisi. Those cable cars are so old. It's so nostalgic to see them. But it's very windy once again, so I'm thinking they might stop them once again today.
We're lucky today.
Yeah, very, very lucky. But just a few quick words about our accommodation here. We are staying in an Airbnb this time. It's a lovely one-bedroom apartment. It's very spacious, very clean. We also have a balcony and a washing machine this time. We are paying $23 per night, which I think is great value for money for what it offers. It literally has everything we need. Now, about our time here in Kutaisi, we really enjoyed it. I think it's such a charming city. It does have a lot to offer, especially if you're into history, if you love culture. And I really think it's one of the very few places where you can experience a more authentic way of life. And like I said in the beginning, the pace here is a lot slower. And I think that's what we loved about it the most ultimately.
But for me, the food, the best.
And the food, but the food's been wonderful
Yeah.
everywhere in Georgia. You can't go wrong with the food no matter where you go in Georgia, I think. So yes, thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to support us, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.